Smile, baby. He leans down, his hand warm against the small of my back as the camera clicks. I turn to face him, and my lips stretch into that polished smile I've perfected over the years. The kind that says we're perfect, we're in love, we're untouchable. God, you two are goals. Someone from the crowd gushes. He chuckles. I'm a lucky man. I laugh, softly, like I'm flattered, like I believe him. Like I'm not screaming on the inside. He raises his glass, and I follow his lead. My champagne tastes like air. Can we go soon? I whisper, through my teeth. In a bit. The senator just arrived, of course, I should have known. He clinks glasses with someone I don't recognize. They shake hands. There's laughter, compliments, people fawning over his suit, his charm, his golden boy glow. Everyone loves him. How could they not? I did too once. You remember the night we met? I murmur. Careful not to disrupt the picture of perfection. He smiles at me. But it's the public one. The one that doesn't reach his eyes, of course. You wore that little red dress and spilled wine on my shoes. And you said it was the best part of your night. He chuckles again. Still is, a lie. But a beautiful one. He was different. Back then, soft, attentive. The kind of man who brought flowers for no reason and kissed my forehead like it meant something. He used to ask how my day was and actually listen. He even cried during movies. God, he cried. Now he just smiles. Hey, gorgeous, my friend Tara grabs my hand, tugging me away from his side. You're glowing. Seriously. What's your skincare routine, and can I steal your husband? I laugh too loud, too bright. Take him for a weekend and you'll return him screaming. She howls. Girl, I wish I had your problems. He's so obsessed with you, it's gross. He is, I nod. Holding my drink tighter. Very. Devoted. He just posted the cutest video of you two on his story. My mom follows him now. By the way, she says he gives her hope and love again. Of course she does. He's the man who kisses my cheek in every photo. Who writes captions like my forever? Who opens car doors and never forgets anniversaries? He's a man who makes other women jealous and he knows it. You okay? Tara asks. Suddenly studying my face, I blink. Yeah, just tired. Well, don't you dare let him hear you say that or he'll carry you home like the last time. I swear. You're living in a fairy tale. Fairy tales have villains too. I excuse myself and slip into the restroom, lock the door, press my back against the cold marble wall. I stare at myself in the mirror, the smoky eyes, the sleek bun, the flawless foundation covering the faint bruise under my jawline, the one from 2 nights ago. The mirror mocks me. You're glowing, they say. Lucky, they say. They don't see me curled up in the corner of our bedroom, holding my breath. They don't hear the words he throws like daggers when no one's watching. They don't see the bruise he apologizes for after flowers in hand, tears in eyes, promises in mouth. I didn't mean it, baby. You make me so crazy sometimes. I apply more concealer. There's a knock. Everything okay in there? His voice. I unlock the door, smile. Yeah, I'm fine. His hand slides around my waist as we walk back out. Told you not to drink so fast. I know. I say quietly. He kisses my temple and laughs as we rejoin the crowd. Everyone's eyes are on us. She's trouble. He tells someone. She's perfect. Someone replies. And I stand there, smiling, like nothing's wrong, like this dress doesn't hide another bruise on my ribs. Like I didn't practice walking straight in front of the mirror to avoid suspicion. Like I'm not terrified of saying the wrong thing once we're alone. But no one sees it because he's the man everyone loves, and I'm the woman who keeps his secrets. Behind every smile I give, there's a bruise you can't see. Careful with that splash. The red wine blood across his crisp white shirt like a crime scene. I froze, holding the glass in midair, my pulse suddenly too loud. Oh my God, I whispered. I'm so sorry. Are you serious, Anna? His voice cut through the air like a slap. This is the second damn time this week you've done something careless. I didn't mean to. Of course you didn't mean to. You never do. That's the problem. I stared at him. He wasn't yelling, not quite. But his tone sharp. Biting wasn't the man I knew. Or thought I knew. I'll get napkins, let me, just leave it. You've done enough. I blinked. Ethan, I said I was sorry. He didn't answer. He stormed off to the bathroom, muttering something I couldn't catch. I stood there in the kitchen, hands trembling, my face hot, my heart pounding so hard it hurt. I'd spilled wine, and he looked at me like I'd set the house on fire. I cleaned the countertop and silence. The napkin in my hand felt too small, my apology too weak. When he didn't come back after 10 minutes, I went to the door of the bathroom. Ethan, no answer. I knocked. Can we talk? Still nothing. I waited, then finally walked away. He left the house without a word. 20 minutes later, didn't say where, didn't answer my texts. Just silence. I curled up on the couch, replaying it again and again. He was just stressed. Maybe I embarrassed him. Maybe it was my fault. I stared at the clock, 10:42 p.m., and then, at 11:16. The front door creaked open. I sat up fast. He walked in, still in the stained shirt, holding a small bouquet of white tulips, my favorite. "Hey," he said. "Gently now, you still up?" I nodded slowly. He walked over, kissed my forehead and sat beside me. "I'm sorry, baby," he said, offering the flowers. "Work's been insane lately, the board's on my ass. The deadlines are crushing, and I shouldn't have snapped. That wasn't fair to you." I took the flowers. "I didn't mean to spill." "I know," he said, cupping my cheek. "I know you didn't, I lost it. But you know I'd never actually be angry at you, right? Just the stress. You understand that?" I nodded again, but my throat felt tight. "You forgive me?" he asked. "Yeah." I whispered. You scared me a little." His eyes softened. "God, I hate that. I hate that I did that to you. I never want to make you feel that way." I wanted to believe him. I needed to. "But you walked out," I said quietly. "You didn't text, you didn't even tell me where you went." He sighed, rubbing his temples, "Because I didn't want to make it worse. I figured cooling off was better than saying something else I regret. But I was left here, feeling like I ruined everything." His gaze met mine. "Nana, no, don't do that. You didn't ruin anything. I was just overwhelmed, okay? I shouldn't have raised my voice. I wasn't sure if I should wait, or call someone. Or, I'm here now," he said. "That's what matters. Let's not turn this into a big thing." A pause. "You're not still mad, right?" he added, wrapping his arm around me. "No," I whispered. "Just confused." He kissed my shoulder. "Let's just go to bed, yeah? Tomorrow will be better." I nodded. And it was for a while. But something shifted that night, something I couldn't name. The next time he got mad, it was over burnt toast, then a sarcastic comment I made in front of friends, then the wrong laundry setting. Each time, his voice got sharper. Each time, the apology came later. And I started counting. First, how often he got mad. Then, how often I made him mad. Then, how I could stop it before it started. Was the house clean? Was dinner warm? Did I say something wrong? Was I too quiet, too loud, too sensitive? "You're too sensitive," he'd say with a tired smile. "Stop making everything a big deal. Don't twist my words. I love you, baby, you know that." And I did. At least I thought I did. Until I realized, love shouldn't make you feel like you're walking through glass barefoot. And his voice, the one that once read poetry to me in bed, now only echoed in my ears when I flinched. "Is that what you're wearing?" I froze, hand still tugging the zipper of my dress. "Yeah, is something wrong with it?" He tilted his head. "You looked better in the blue one. This one's a little loud." "Oh." I just thought it was fun. Fun doesn't mean flattering. I turned back toward the mirror, eyes tracing the dress I loved just 10 minutes ago. "Okay, I can change," he smiled. "I just want what's best for you, you know that." I nodded. Of course. He sat on the edge of the bed as I changed, quiet, watching. "You don't need to go out tonight anyway," he said casually. "You just got back from work. It's dinner with Maya and them." I promised. He shrugged. "Do you even enjoy being around them anymore? They're all so shallow." "They've been my friends for years." "Exactly. Been. People grow out of things." I hesitated. "They've asked about you, you know? About why you never come." "I don't need to prove anything to them." "I didn't mean, I'm just saying." He cut in, standing. "You spend more time with them than with me lately." "That's not true." "It feels like it." I stared at the floor. He stepped closer. "Look, if you really want to go, go. But if it were me, I'd stay in, pour some wine, watch something together, just us." I didn't reply. I changed into the blue dress. I texted Maya I wasn't feeling well, and we stayed in. At first, I thought it was love. That's what love looked like, right? Wanting to spend time, caring, protecting. Until the day he picked up my phone and said, "Who's Ryan?" I looked up from the kitchen. "He's a coworker from the graphics team." "Why is he texting you?" "We're working on the campaign together." "Why didn't you tell me?" "I didn't think it was a big deal." "I'm not mad," he said, tapping through my phone. "I just worry you're too nice sometimes. People take advantage." I dried my hands on a towel. "I haven't done anything wrong." He tossed the phone onto the couch. "Maybe not. But don't let your guard down." "I won't." He kissed my forehead. "Good girl." I started double-checking my texts after that, deleting ones that could be misunderstood, leaving group chats, keeping conversations short, safe. "Why are you so quiet tonight?" he'd ask. "I'm just tired. You used to be bubbly lately." "You're just off, sorry." I whisper. "For what?" I didn't even know anymore. I said sorry when I took too long to answer him. Sorry when I forgot to buy his preferred brand of water. Sorry when I didn't laugh fast enough at his jokes. Sorry when I existed too loudly. One evening, I pulled out my old gym bag. He raised an eyebrow. Where are you going? Zumba with Tara. I haven't seen her in weeks. He walked over, took the bag from my hand. You've been saying you're exhausted all the time. Why not rest instead? I thought moving around might help. He looked at me for a long second. Is Tara still single? Yes, why? He shrugged. No reason, just single girls attract drama and temptation. I'm not. I trust you, baby. It's the world I don't trust. I stayed home, weeks passed like that. Slipping, shrinking. I hadn't called my sister back into weeks, ignored Maya's voice note, skipped lunch with my old team. Everything felt far away now, like a different life I barely remembered. Hey, he said one night, sliding in next to me on the couch. You okay? Yeah, I said softly. You've been kind of sensitive lately. I didn't realize. Don't worry, we'll fix it. You'll feel like yourself again soon. But I didn't know who myself was anymore. He watched me like a hawk, told me what to wear, who to talk to, what to think, and I let him because every time I questioned it, he'd say, don't you trust me? Or worse, don't make me the bad guy for caring. I said sorry again that night. And again the next morning. And again when I forgot to switch off the bathroom light. Each apology left a dent inside me, and the silence between us, it grew louder than any scream. You were laughing too much. I paused mid-step, still holding my heels. What with him? Your little work buddy, Ryan. He told a joke. We were in a group. His eyes darkened. I saw the way he looked at you. Oh my God. Are you serious right now? Don't raise your voice. I wasn't. He grabbed the wine glass off the table and flung it. It shattered against the wall behind me. I flinched, my breath hitched. What the hell is wrong with you? You think I'm stupid? He took a step closer. No. I don't. You want other men to want you, is that it? I backed away. Please, stop. He shoved me. It wasn't hard, but it was enough to send me stumbling into the edge of the counter. Pain exploded through my side. I didn't scream. I just went still. He stared at me like he didn't recognize me. Or maybe like he didn't recognize himself. Then his face collapsed. Shit, baby, I didn't mean to. I swear I didn't mean to. I said nothing. He came closer. I was jealous. I was scared. You're everything to me. I thought you were slipping away. I looked down at the broken glass on the floor. You pushed me. I know. He whispered. And I hate myself for it. It'll never happen again. He cried. He actually cried. I stood there, numb, my side throbbing, while he sobbed into my shoulder. He kept saying sorry. He said it until I said it back. That night, he touched me like nothing had happened. I just need to feel close to you. He whispered, pressing against me. My eyes stayed on the ceiling. I stared at the cracks in the paint and waited for it to be over. My body was there, but it wasn't. Afterward, he kissed my shoulder and told me I was beautiful. I said thank you. The next morning, I stood in front of the mirror and tugged my blouse down. The bruise bloomed purple beneath my ribs. I pulled out a long-sleeve dress. Wow, he said as I walked out. You look stunning. Thanks, I said, forcing a smile. At the party, I laughed a little too hard. I made sure not to talk to any man for too long. I clung to his arm. I looked like the luckiest woman in the room. You two are perfect. Someone gushed, honestly. Couple goals. Thank you. I smiled, gripping his hand tighter. But my ribs ached every time I breathed. Later that night, I asked, do you really think I was flirting? He turned to me, a frown playing at his lips. You were laughing too much. He leaned toward you. He wanted something I didn't notice exactly. You never do. You're too innocent. That's what scares me. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I didn't say you were. I'm saying you don't see what I see. Men don't think like you. Then maybe you don't trust me. I do. He said softly. I just wish you'd be more careful with my heart. My throat tightened. You threw a glass at me. I lost control because I was scared, because I love you so much. It terrifies me. I wrapped my arms around myself. I don't want to be scared anymore. Then don't give me reasons to be. I blinked. What? He stepped closer, cupping my cheek. If you didn't make me so jealous, I wouldn't act like this. You bring out the worst in me, and that's how I know I love you. My stomach twisted. That's not love. You're wrong, he whispered. This is the purest love there is. It hurts because it's real. I wanted to scream. Instead, I nodded. Because it was easier than arguing, because arguing meant bruises, because bruises meant cover-ups. Because cover-ups meant long sleeves in July. That night, I showered until my skin stung. Then I stood in front of the mirror, staring at the woman who looked just like me but didn't feel like me anymore. She was quieter now, smaller. I touched my rib, winced. He cried afterward, said it was the last time. I whispered to my reflection. But I didn't believe him, not really. And that terrified me more than anything. Hey, sorry, didn't mean to startle you. I flinched before I realized Rachel's hand had barely grazed my arm. No, it's okay. I said too quickly, forcing a laugh. She frowned. You sure? You jumped like I'd slapped you. Just tired, I murmured. Didn't sleep much. Rachel didn't move. Her eyes searched mine. You don't seem like you anymore. What do you mean? I don't know, you're quieter. You used to crack jokes by 9 a.m. Now it's like pulling teeth just to get a smile out of you. I'm fine, you're not. Her voice was gentle, and it's okay to not be. I looked down at my coffee. He's just been stressed lately. Work stuff, we're both adjusting. Has he been hurting you? My head shot up. No. She held my gaze. You sure? I said no. I snapped. Rachel didn't flinch, okay? I didn't mean sorry. I didn't mean to snap. She softened. You don't have to. Apologize for being human. I'm just tired, I whispered. Rachel hesitated. Then reached into her bag. Our HR head. Mira. She's been referring people to this counselor. Free sessions. Confidential. No judgment. I stared at the card in her hand, didn't take it. You don't have to go, she added. Just, maybe don't throw this away. I took the card, slid it into my purse without looking. Thanks. Later that night, I stared at it on the kitchen table. He was asleep upstairs, or pretending to be. I dialed the number. I didn't know why. Take your time, the therapist said. Her voice soft. You don't have to talk if you're not ready. I sat with my hands clasped in my lap, silent. She waited. I shouldn't be here. I finally muttered. There's no should or shouldn't in healing. I looked at the clock. Is this really private? Completely. I nodded. Stay quiet, sometimes. She continued. We don't know what's happening until we've already lost pieces of ourselves. I bit my lip. He's not a bad person. I didn't say he was. He just gets overwhelmed. She nodded. And you? I try to help him through it. Do you feel safe? The question hit like a slap. I don't know, I said. Some days yes, some days I walk on eggshells. That sounds exhausting. I laughed under my breath. It is. A pause, then she said. You know, love shouldn't feel like fear. I blinked. Her words sliced through every excuse I'd been telling myself. I didn't reply. She didn't push. At work, Rachel slid me a sticky note. How was it? I wrote back, quiet. She smiled softly. Quiet is a good start. At home. He kissed my cheek. You've been calm lately. I like it. I said nothing. He ran his hand down my arm. I didn't flinch. But something inside me recoiled. You okay? He asked. I'm tired again. I nodded. You've been weird lately, I guess. I have. Do you still love me? He asked. I looked him straight in the eyes. I don't know. His expression froze. What the hell does that mean? I'm figuring it out. You're scaring me. Good. He didn't say anything after that. Neither did I. Back at the counselor's office, I whispered. I think I'm losing myself. She nodded. Maybe, but sometimes losing yourself is how you find what was never yours to begin with. Is it still abuse if he says sorry? Is it still love if you're afraid to breathe wrong? I stared at the floor. Her words haunted me because deep down, I already knew. You don't have to decide everything today, she said gently. But you are allowed to want peace. Even if he says he loves me, especially then. I left that day with my head spinning. But my hands didn't shake. Not this time. Hi, I'd like to open a checking account. No joint access, just me. The bank clerk smiled. Of course. May I see your ID? My hands shook slightly as I handed it over. I'd like to keep the paperwork minimal. And no mail sent to my house. No problem. I watched her fingers move over the keyboard. My heart beat louder than the clicking of her nails. You're up early, he said. Walking into the kitchen, I thought I'd make pancakes. I smiled. Your birthday's coming up, remember? His face lit up. You're finally not sulking. I'm trying. I lied. I like this version of you. I stirred the batter like nothing was breaking inside me. Double quotes high. I'd like to book a room. Just for one, check in next Friday, the motel receptionist asked one night. I'm not sure yet. Can I extend later if needed? Absolutely. Cash is okay. Of course. I hung up. Deleted the call log, cleared my browsing history. Then I put on my mask again. Does this dress look okay? I asked him. He frowned. You wore that last week. I'll change, I said softly. Try the navy one. Looks better on you. I nodded. Walking back to the closet, I already knew what he'd say. Are you sure you want to do this? Rachel whispered on the phone. I have to. It's not just leaving, it's surviving after. I know, you have money? I've saved enough. Just barely. Do you need a ride? No. If I don't do this alone, I'll never do it. She was quiet for a second. I'm proud of you. I bit back tears. Don't say that. I'm not brave. I'm terrified. You can be both. The night before, I watched him sleep. His arm draped across me like a cage. I stared at the ceiling. I became to people. I whispered to the darkness, one he loved, one who was planning to leave him. I didn't sleep. Morning, he said groggily, heading to the door. Don't forget your lunch, I called, holding it out. He kissed my cheek. You're a good wife. I smiled. Drive safe. The second the door shut, I moved. Grabbed my packed bag from under the bed. Put on jeans, hoodie, sneakers. Deleted every contact except Rachel's. Wiped down the bathroom for prints. Habit. I stood at the door for a full minute. One step, then two. I didn't look back. The motel smelled like old smoke and cleaner. Just checking in, I said. Reservation under me, a DID. I handed it over. It's real. Just not who I used to be. The clerk didn't ask questions. I appreciated that. Room 103. I locked the door behind me and sat on the bed. No windows facing the street. No one knew I was here. I was alone. But I wasn't his anymore. I dialed Rachel. She picked up immediately. Did you do it? I did. Silence. Then? I'm crying. Don't. I haven't even cried yet. You don't have to be strong. Now. Yes, I do, I said, because he'll come looking. We'll protect you. I need to find a job. A new place, a new name. We'll figure it out. I finally let a breath out. I feel like I just jumped off a cliff. Then. Remember, you've got wings now. Later that night, I stood in front of the mirror. I wiped off the concealer, hiding the bruise on my shoulder. The purple had faded. But the memory hadn't. I'm still here. I whispered to my reflection. He didn't erase me. Not completely. The motel light flickered. I crawled under the sheets. I didn't know what tomorrow looked like. But tonight, I was free and I didn't say sorry, not once. My phone buzzed 37 times before I turned it off completely. Voicemails, missed calls. Text with his name on the screen, Liam home. As if I still belonged there. The last message before I blocked him. Where the hell are you? You're embarrassing me. He's posting on Instagram now, Rachel said, showing me her screen. His face was red-eyed like he cried. If anyone see my wife, please reach out. I'm worried sick, overlaid with a wedding photo. I scoffed, worried sick. He made me sick. She clicked her tongue. The comments are all #FindHerSafe. Some people are actually falling for it. Let them, it won't last. He showed up at the apartment, Rachel whispered, screaming your name. Banged on the door so hard the neighbors called security. I closed my eyes. Did he get in? No. I told them to change the locks after you left. Good. I don't want him near anything that ever touched me at the police station. The officer read through the documents. You understand filing this will be public record. She said. I want it to be. You're sure? I looked her dead in the eye. Yes, I want a restraining order and I want to file for divorce today. He found out by noon. You really want to do this here? He hissed through the phone. Rachel forgot to silence. You think you can humiliate me and walk away? Rachel stared at the screen. He's unraveling. Let him, I said, for the first time. He can't control the story. You think this divorce will make you look like a hero? He texted from a burner number. You'll regret this. Block. New number. No one will believe you. Block. Another. You were nothing before me. I typed slowly. And I'll be everything after you, then block that too. He cornered me in the parking lot, said Emma, our mutual friend. In a shaky voice, he grabbed my wrist, said if I knew where you were, I better start talking. I inhaled sharply. I'm sorry. She looked down. I told him I didn't know. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell him. You didn't deserve that. You didn't either. Reporters started calling. One left a voicemail. We're hearing rumors of domestic abuse tied to Liam Carter's wife filing for divorce. Are you willing to speak on record? I played it back twice. Rachel leaned in. Do you want to go public? I nodded. Yes, you sure? I want the truth. Out there, no edits, no filters. Just me at the interview table. My hands trembled. You don't have to do this, the journalist said. We can wait. No. I'm ready. He pressed record. I looked into the lens. I'm not missing. I left. Click. I left because I was abused. Click. I left because he hurt me behind closed doors and smiled in public. Click. I stayed silent for years. I won't anymore. The article went viral within hours. Wife of Liam Carter speaks. Out. The man behind the smile. Half the internet called me brave. The other half called me a liar. Liam posted a selfie the next day smiling again. Don't believe everything you read. But the cracks showed. Mutual friends started choosing sides. You should have talked to him before airing it all out. Lisa messaged. I replied. I tried. For years, Ryan, his old groomsman, texted. I believe you. I stared at that. Won the longest. Outside the courthouse, reporters swarmed. Any comment on the restraining order? Are the rumors true? Why now? I kept walking. Chin high, Rachel whispered. You okay? I'm scared. She touched my hand. You don't look it. I watched him from across the room during the first court hearing. His jaw clenched. His lawyer whispered something to him. He didn't smile. For once. He couldn't. He turned toward me. I didn't flinch. I didn't blink. And I didn't look away. My name is Ava, I said softly. sinking into the chair across from Dr. Rao. She gave a gentle nod. Hi, Ava. What brings you here today? I hesitated. I don't really know where to start. Then let's begin with this. How are you feeling right now? I looked at my hands, nervous, but also lighter than I felt in years. 2 sessions later, I finally said it aloud. He didn't hit me every day. But when he did, he made me apologize for it. She didn't interrupt, and even when he didn't, his words bruised deeper than anything physical. She met my eyes. You are not what he did to you. That stayed with me. Welcome back. My manager smiled as I walked into the office for the first time in months. I smiled back. Feels strange in a good way. You've been through hell. But we're so glad to have you. Later that week, she pulled me aside. We're promoting you to lead your work before. Even through everything, you held it together. You deserve this. I nearly cried. Thank you, really. That night, I sat at my kitchen table, typing. What happens behind closed doors isn't always love. Sometimes it's survival dressed in silence. I paused. He loved me in public, hurt me in private. I stayed quiet because I thought I was a problem. But I'm not. And if you're reading this, neither are you. Click. Published. 2 days later, my inbox exploded. I thought I was the only one. You gave me courage to leave. I flinched too. But not anymore. Rachel called, crying. Your post, Ava, it's saving people. I whispered. That's all I ever wanted. To feel like my pain meant something. At the coffee shop, the barista smiled. You're Ava, right? My heart stuttered. Yes, I read your blog. My sister's going through something similar. I sent it to her. Oh. Wow. I hope it helps. He smiled. It already has. I met Daniel at a nonprofit event for survivors. He held the door for me. Didn't stare too long, just enough. Hi. He said. I'm Daniel, Ava. He paused. Can I say something strange? I braced myself. Sure. You seem grounded, like you've been through fire but came out gold. I laughed. That's not strange, it's honest. He texted later that night. No pressure. But I'd love to talk again sometime as friends, or whatever you're ready for. I replied. Friend sounds good. For once, I didn't feel like I owed anyone more than that. Therapy got easier. I stopped apologizing for things I didn't cause. I told Dr. Rao. She smiled. That's progress. I still wake up with memories, I admitted. But I don't drown in them anymore. You're rebuilding. No. I'm finally building me. One morning, I caught my reflection while brushing my hair. I leaned in. No trembling hands. No forced smile. No hollow eyes, just me. I whispered. I don't flinch anymore. And I meant it. Rachel and I met for lunch a week later. You're different, she said over avocado toast. I grinned. I feel different. Still seeing Daniel? Still friends with Daniel. She raised a brow. Just friends. I'm choosing myself first, I said. And I actually like her. She lifted her glass to her. Before bed, I checked my latest post. Healing is quiet. It's brushing your own hair without holding your breath. It's sleeping through the night. It's looking in the mirror and seeing your own reflection instead of someone else's shadow. He loved me in public, hurt me in private. But I survived. And now I live.